With all the craziness happening in the world right now, we think it is important to remember some celebrities who passed away during the 2000s that maybe you guys didn't realize or we just all simply forgot about. So join us today on Beyond the Screen as we count down the top 10 celebrities you didn't realize passed away in the 2000s. I'm one of your hosts for this one, I'm Joss Bedard.
And I'm Bree. Stick around until the end because we're going to do some comment shoutouts. And come say hi to us on social media, our links are down below.
But let's get to it, here is our countdown list. Kicking off our countdown, number 10 is Aaliyah. The R&B singer and actress tragically died back in 2001 after being in a plane crash. She was only 22 years old at the time. She was leaving the Bahamas with her film crew and was heading back to the US when the private plane they were on just crashed moments after takeoff. She was killed alongside with 7 other people who were on the plane with her. One man survived the crash and was flown to Florida for treatment immediately after suffering critical injuries. The whole thing was a complete shock to the world. The reason she was actually in the Bahamas was because she was filming her newest music video. Reports started to claim that the plane was overloaded and did not follow the weight capacity standards, which caused it to fall nose first into the ground just 250 feet off the runway. People spoke very highly of her talent and said that her death was the same for the hip hop community as it would be for the world losing Princess Diana.
At number 9 we have James Brown. Known to many as the godfather of soul, James Brown died suddenly at the age of 73 on Christmas Day 2006 from suspected heart failure. Now I say suspected because just recently speculation has come about surrounding the death of James Brown and many believe that foul play was somehow involved. His official cause of death was said to be heart failure, but there are some who have come forward to claim that perhaps his cause of death was actually caused by a toxic substance. Even the doctor who signed James's death certificate said that he never expected James to have coded. That indicated that even he believes that something sus went down in that hospital room. Nothing has been uncovered yet, but there is still an open investigation into his mysterious passing, and personally I would like some answers. This is some juicy stuff we're dealing with, almost like a soap opera.
Moving on to number 8, we have Bernie Mac. The comedian and actor passed away just 50 years old back in 2008. He came down with a serious case of pneumonia and suffered from complications, making it a struggle for him to breathe. The doctors were working on him, but his body was tired and completely stopped breathing. Doctors tried to resuscitate him 2 times. The one time he actually came back for an hour, but the second time was not successful and he went into cardiac arrest. Bernie actually had some medical conditions that a lot of people didn't even know about. He had a lung disease which ended up playing a huge part in his death. He was on a new medication, they said, because of an infection, and it was supposed to suppress his immune system, which is how he got the pneumonia. He was always so positive and optimistic that fans couldn't even tell what he was actually going through behind the scenes.
Coming in at number 7 we have Julia Child. Chef, author, and TV personality Julia Child was best known for her cookbook Mastering the Art of French Cooking. She brought French cuisine to the American public and she was renowned for her artful cooking on her TV show. Julia died on August 13, 2004 from kidney failure at the age of 91, surrounded by her family and her cats. She lived a pretty good long life. She traveled the world, learned so much, and always wanted to give back the knowledge that she gained to the public, hence her cooking show and books. I actually learned a lot about her in culinary school, so I have a lot of respect for her. Not only was she famed, but she was wealthy as well. Upon her death, she had a net worth of $50 million. She's what every chef aspires to be.
Up next, number 6 is Steve Irwin. He had the nickname the Crocodile Hunter for a reason. Everyone loved to see him getting hands-on with wildlife in a way that many people have never seen before. He honestly seemed invincible when it came to these animals that most of us probably would not dare touch. But then the unexpected happened and a stingray barb struck him in the heart, killing him at just 44 years old. There was only one witness to his death and it was the cameraman Justin Leones, who opened up about what really happened. It turns out they were filming Ocean's Deadliest and ended up coming across a massive 8-foot long stingray. As Steve got close to it, he said the stingray started stabbing wildly with its tail, hundreds of strikes in just a few seconds, one of them striking Steve's heart. His wife Terry and his 2 kids were actually on vacation when he passed and they had to fly home immediately when they heard the news.
Coming in hot at number 5 we have Farrah Fawcett. The Charlie's Angels star passed away in June of 2009 at the age of 62 after a 3-year-long battle with cancer. The news of her passing broke just hours before the death of Michael Jackson, so the news of her death was quickly overshadowed. At the end, she died surrounded by her loved ones. Her last words were simply the name of her son, Redmond O'Neal, which was so heart-wrenching. To think that the last thing she thought about before taking her final breath was her son. Now that's love. As she went through her cancer treatment in the last few months of her life, her story was documented and filmed by the actress's friend. The film highlights the struggles that Farrah went through to get her treatment, the highs and lows of dealing with cancer, and her slow fade and her ultimate end. At the end of the film, you're left wondering why there wasn't more to be done for her. I guess that's the whole point. Farrah went out fighting, and that's what matters in the end.
Coming in at number 4 is Heath Ledger. The legendary actor flipped the world upside down when he suddenly passed in 2008. The media was flooded with articles that broke the news of his body being found on the floor by his housekeeper in his apartment in New York City. He was only 28 years old at the time and had recently finished filming for his role as the Joker in The Dark Knight. Not long after his housekeeper found his body, the emergency crew arrived, but they were not able to revive him. His cause of death was determined as an accidental overdose. The toxicology test revealed he had prescription medications in his system, including well-known painkillers, anti-anxiety medication, and sleeping pills. His family ended up taking his body back to Australia and buried him next to his grandparents in his hometown of Perth.
At number 3, we have Anna Nicole Smith. Model, actress, and overall socialite Anna Nicole Smith died as a result of a drug overdose on February 8, 2007. She died in a Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida at the age of 39. Smith was found dead in her hotel room by a nurse whom she had been traveling with. After her bodyguard tried resuscitating the model, she was formally pronounced dead an hour after her discovery. In the weeks and months leading up to her death, Anna had her fair share of grievances. In the September before her death, she gave birth to her daughter Danielle Lynn. She was also dealing with the sudden passing of her son, also from a drug overdose, and a legal battle regarding the paternity of her new daughter. Needless to say, Anna was under a lot of stress. That, combined with her struggle with drug abuse, was a deadly combination for the American socialite.
Taking over our number 2 spot is Michael Jackson. The pop legend died on the afternoon of June 25, 2009 after he was found in his bed not breathing. He had been rehearsing late the night before and he did not leave his room in the morning. That is when his body was discovered the following day in the afternoon by his personal physician Conrad Murray. He explained he tried to revive Michael for 5 to 10 minutes but it wasn't successful, so he called paramedics who performed CPR for 42 minutes and sadly they were also unsuccessful. He was sent to the hospital and was officially pronounced dead after another hour of attempt to resuscitate him. They determined that he died of an overdose of drugs following a cardiac arrest. But there's always been a lot of controversy surrounding his death. People are not convinced that we got the full story of what really happened the night before his passing.
And finally, coming in at number 1, we have Fred Rogers. Fred Rogers, known to most as Mr. Rogers, died in February 2003, just a few months after being diagnosed with stomach cancer at the age of 74. Rogers, being the legend behind the classic television show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, was the recipient of over 40 honorary degrees and awards for his work in children's entertainment. Fred Rogers' mission was to teach children through play and to shape the future generations through entertainment. From issues like racism to bullying and everything in between, Rogers made it his life goal to teach kids good values with every episode. Even after his death, the Fred Rogers Foundation continues to specialize in public television for kids.
Alright guys, that is our list. Let us know what you think down in the comments and leave a like if you enjoyed it. But for now, we're gonna do some comment shoutouts. Alexius Materi says, I refuse to believe Chloe regrets her plastic surgery. Honestly, I don't blame you because she keeps getting more. So I get it.
Tiffany Texas says, anyone else feel like Glee is cursed AF? Yes, I 100% agree.
Yes.
Cursed.
Emily QS says, I wonder if there are any more men in Hollywood who regret cosmetic changes to their bodies. Honestly, it was really hard to find men who regret their decisions on that. There was a lot of girls. I tried.
Paulina Blue says, hey, I don't know who you are, but I dig your vibe. Hi, I'm Bree. I'm new here. Be nice to me in the comments, please.
Yes, be nice. People aren't always nice. It happens. Alright guys, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't already. I've been one of your hosts, Joss Bedard.
And I'm Bree Room.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
With all the craziest happening, nope. Oh, we're all just not as knowledgeable as you, Chris.
I'm getting old, that's what it is.
So am I. I'm the same age. Oh no, you're older than me. But pretty much the same age.
Crap, where am I? Now I say suspected because just recently,
Just get it out of the way. Should I just like remove it? Is that fine?
Yeah, like,
All the way? Do you want
that's
to?
fine, that's fine.
Now I say suspected because just recently, why can't I say speculation?
Bernie actually had some medical kit. No.
Now I say suspected because just recently speculation has okay.
You guys,
Are we good?
good to go.
He was.
Look, mastering the.
Do you go by Gabby?
Honestly, I don't
Anything?
care,
Doesn't
but,
matter?
like,
Anyway,
I've always had a love-hate relationship with my name, so whatever.
What do you like being called? Gabby? Bree? You're Bree on Instagram?
Yeah, I
Bree?
go by Bree online because people call me Gabriel too many times.
Oh yeah, people call me Josh all the time. So, oh, I love reading the film schedule. Thanks, Chris. He said that the Stingray. No.
Smith was found dead in her hotel. Smith was found dead in her hotel room by a nurse whom. Why did I write whom?
I'm asking you if you're ready. It should be if I. Just tell me when. What was that?
you just triggered Alexa over there.
Oh, because I said Alexia. Whoa, that's so weird. Should I redo it?
That's kind of, yeah, you might have to.
Emily QS says, I wonder if there are any. I can't read.